Picture it. A happy couple with their whole life ahead of them spend each and every moment together. They go to prom together as high school sweethearts, and they grow up and have 2.5 beautiful children. And just when things seem like they can't get any better, they get worse. The wife fears that her husband may have lost interest in her. He's never at home, he's grown secretive, and he's really distant, and it was taking her hard. And so she comes to me. I give her advice that seems solid and helpful, and I get proud of myself, of how I handled things, because I've done really well. They signed their divorce a few weeks later. As you can see, it was not the best advice. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, today I present to you the stunning facts of why I shouldn't give dating advice. Firstly, let's begin with why. Trust me, I've seen my share of relationships. Well, I've never been in them myself, but I have seen them. What is the key factor in every relationship? Well, Dustin Wax states that you should take advantages to give material tokens of your love. Favorite book picked up at the bookstore, a piece of jewelry, a small dessert, some clothes. Anything that will make them know that you're thinking of them. Now, for all of you confused out there, if you're really in love, just ask yourself this one question. Do I mind being financially destroyed by this person? Let's say I go into taking that advice. Say I rush to Dollarama because he said small, so I immediately assumed that meant cheap. And I pick up the following. I get a copy of 50 Shades of Grey, Kit Kat, rubber band bracelet, and a pair of something. It was explained to me, but to this day I haven't a clue what they are. And feeling really confident of how I handled things, I rush home to present these humble gifts to my girlfriend. She didn't react how I expected her to. And what she did with my humble gifts is even less so. As you can see, my personal experiences really haven't helped me in life, but it does prove my point. Where I come from, we didn't go on dates, so the whole thing was kind of new to me when I moved to the South Shore. How hard could it be, they said. It's just like the movies, they said. No, it's actually a lot more complicated than that. Let's just say every relationship starts with, can we talk, and ends with, we need to talk. But enough about me. Let's get to the actual, advice part of the speech. After all, that is the point. Sometimes I see a couple laughing and smiling, being happy together, and it makes me wish that I had someone that could hate them with me. Anyway, first, what you need to do is you need to get to know them. By that, I mean ask them a question like, what's their first pet's name? What's their mother's maiden name? Anything that could help you log into their account and read all their emails. You should be set from there. Obviously, the closer you get, the more things start to get more intimate. Me, I'd personally advise you to skip over the dramas and all those laughs and immediately rush to, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But you may think of me as a floozy, but come on, we all like it better that way. Let's face it. But as I said, I'm not your best Dr. Phil. Let's continue, shall we? Once you get closer, you'll find that you'll get to things such as Netflix dates. Because girls these days are into Netflix, apparently. But make sure you're on the same page. What I mean by that is fight for your choice of movie. You don't want to get stuck watching a guy twerk away in movies such as Magic Mike. Even Friends would be better. I would rather watch Ross not get along with his ex-lesbian wife's lover than, whatever else is reserved for that other movie. Now that we've covered how to get close with someone and getting invited over for Netflix quality time, let's talk about breakups. Just remember one thing. Never, ever hold a grudge. Hold a hammer. It's much more intimidating. And now this comes to the conclusion of my advice to you on how you shouldn't take my advice. And it does prove my point quite well. But before I go, just hold on to this one thing because it's really important. All divorces start with let's get married.